Namaskar friends, welcome to Rajan George Home's next episode. I am Rajan George, an IIT MDoc holder, builder. The aim of this YouTube channel is to share with you my vast experience in the home construction and home design. And you want a lot of money to build a house, and you want health to live a happy life. For that, you subscribe to my motivation channel, Rajan George Motivation. In Rajan George Motivation, what you get is the information about the unlimited power of the mind and how we can get health, wealth, happiness and relationships by the proper use of your mind. Now here, I am talking to you about the subject why the sunshades of the houses leak. The number one reason why the sunshade of a home leak is because of the excess plastic thickness or the excess mortar thickness over the top of the sunshade. I will explain how the excess thickness is coming. After the sunshade concreting is done, the masons will make the plastering of the end of the sunshade or the small 5 centimeter facing portion of the sunshade, and they will make it in the same thickness for aesthetics. When it is made in the same thickness uniformly, it will project above the top slab of the sunshade. And after that, when the top slab of the sunshade is plastered or cement mortar is placed there, lot of excess plastering will come. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, etc. thickness of the plastering will come over the top of the sunshade. And this excess plastering will crack in the presence of direct sunlight, and through these cracks rainwater will penetrate and it will be enwrapped between the plastering and the sunshade concrete. This enwrapped water will cause leaking of the sunshade. I have been making research for years how to avoid this phenomenon. I have now found what is to be done is, while concreting of the sunshade is made, the end portion, end 3 centimeter or 4 centimeter end portion of the sunshade can be tapered. Usually a thickness of 5 centimeter or 6 centimeter is given in the end of the sunshade, and a thickness of 7 or 8 centimeter is given near to the wall. In the end of the sunshade, you make a tapering. Thereby, the 6 centimeter or 5 centimeter becomes only 2.5 centimeter or 3 in the end. And once a tapering is made in the end, while concreting, while the plastering of the edge or the face is done, when it is made in the same thickness for the aesthetics, it won't go above the top surface of the sunshade. And when the top surface of the sunshade is plastered, so we are able to make it with the minimum thickness possible. Excess thickness won't come, and the top surface can be done with the minimum thickness, and it can be simply joined to the tapered end portion. This is a 100% foolproof method for avoiding the leakage of a sunshade. Ensure that when the concreting of the sunshade is made, the top surface is given a slope. That is, bottom of the sunshade is level. For a 60 centimeter projection of the sunshade, N can be 5 centimeter and the brick portion, at the brick portion or the wall portion, it can be 8 centimeter. That is 3 centimeter tapering in the top portion. Now, the second main reason why sunshade leak is the wrong placing of reinforcement. The masons or people think a concrete is safe if reinforcement is placed in the concrete, but it is not like that. Reinforcement is required in the concrete where there is tension occurring. In the sunshade, tension is occurring in the top portion of the sunshade, and concrete is not able to withstand any tension. It is to take care of the tension portion that the reinforcement is given. But this theory, the masons won't understand. Only qualified engineers are knowing it. And once I have noticed, once I train a mason to place the reinforcement of the sunshade in the top, in the second side or the next week he will be placing the reinforcement only in the bottom, because his concept is that it is enough that to place the reinforcement somewhere in the concrete. And that is how in all developed countries any work is permitted to be done only if that person is qualified for 2 years in his work, in his trade. In India, it is not like that. So the owners of the house has to ensure that the sunshade, when the reinforcement is placed, it is placed in the top of the slab, only 2 centimeter below the top surface. It becomes very dangerous if it is the sunshade with a more projection. Instead of 60, it is 90, 100, etc. If it is wrongly placed, definitely it will crack and leak. And another blunder people commit is, people make a brick in the end of the sunshade and give an outlet pipe, a PVC pipe, for escape of the water. What happens? Let us see. One thing is that the excess cost is there, the brick, the cement, the labor. Then water is collected inside and it won't properly go out. And this excess water will result in leak. Then leaves from the trees will come and accumulate there, and excess dirt, etc. will accumulate, and cleaning will be very difficult. And aesthetics is also better if no brick is provided at the end of the sunshade. Then another major reason for leaking of sunshade is cement content. People or contractors reduce the cement content. 1:4 concrete is not enough. 1:1.5:3 mix of concrete is required. Cement is not a big factor in the overall cost of a building or a concrete. For durability, we should have more cement content. Then a very major issue is the excess water. The masons, the contractors add a lot of water to the concrete for workability, for easiness of work. What happens is, the excess water will evaporate and it will produce a very weak concrete. durability and strength of the concrete is sacrificed, and thereby it will leak in future. For concrete, it should not spread to the level before vibrator is used. Vibrator is a must even for a sunshade concreting. And the top surface of the sunshade should be given a 1 inch or 1.5 inch slope such that water will easily flow. And let us analyze the sloped sunshade. If it is given a slope instead of a flat surface, let us see what happens. People give a slope sunshade on the expectation that it will easily flow out and thereby no leak. But it is not like that. Slope sunshade gives more leak. Also, slope sunshade gives more cost because the surface area of the sunshade becomes 30 or 40% more as per the intensity of the slope. Also, if it is flat sunshade, we can make the brickwork over that and the plastering over that by standing on the sunshade, and also painting is easier without scaffolding for flat sunshade. So, in any case, avoid slope sunshade. Somebody may give slope sunshade for aesthetic sense, but aesthetics, it is better if it is given flat sunshade and if it is given the proper painting combination. So these are the tips for making a perfect sunshade. So the first I have said, the new invention I have made to avoid the excess plastering thickness over the sunshade. Then the correct placing of the reinforcement. Then the cement content. Then the less water. So make a perfect sunshade and also give sunshade all throughout the outer walls. Make the elevation like that only. Why? If it is given all throughout the outer wall, the walls will not absorb moisture for the rain. Thank you.